Hey Lutheran South, this is Max Newberry.
And Allie Dodge, coming to you live with Troub News.
Alright, Lutheran South, the rumor is true. Lutheran South will be changing its schedule format next year. The block schedule students have become so familiar with will no longer exist after this year. The purpose of the new schedule is for their students for college. The schedule will be difficult, but it comes with many benefits also. For example, students may have an hour-long science lecture on Monday, but on Wednesday they have a 30-minute-long science lab.
And with all of this new mod schedule, there will come a lot of free time during the day. This time can be used for studies or using track or weight room to work out. In addition, there will be no set lunch time for students to go. The cafeteria will only be open from 11 to 1, allowing students to get lunch on their own time. This will help students mimic the college experience and help them get the responsibility needed in a couple years, as well as help with time management.
Now here's Tim with the weather.
Hi, I'm Tim with the weather for the Troubadour. On Friday, September 5th, it'll be a high of 93 with storms in the evening into Saturday morning. On Saturday, September 6th, it'll be cool with a high of 77 and a low of 53. Sunday the 7th is going to be beautiful with a high of 79 and a low of 53. Monday the 8th, the high will be 79 only, and the rest of the week there'll be storms.
Thanks, Tim.
And now we're going over to Chris and Luke to ask students what they did over the summer.
Well, hey there, Mark. I have a question for you.
What?
Did you do anything fun over the summer, or?
I went to Texas, Fort Worth.
Wow.
Yes, for a baseball tournament.
Was it fun? You had a good time?
Yes, it was fantastic.
Great. Wow. That's
Yes.
exciting.
We went to TCU, played 6 or 7 games. Yeah, we won 4 of them.
That's impressive.
Yes,
Hey,
great.
good job out there.
Thank you.
So, Ted, quick question for you. Did you do anything fun over the summer?
I went back to Korea and hang out with friends, and we usually went to teens club and dancing.
Well, hey there, Jake. How's it going?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. So I have a question just for you.
All right.
Did you do anything fun over the summer?
Yeah. Me and my sweetie, we went down to Florida for the first time and got to see the ocean. It was amazing.
Wow, I bet. That sounds lots of fun.
It was.
Wow, thanks, Jake.
You're welcome.
Hey there, fellas. How's it going?
Hey,
It's going great.
Hey, so I have a question.
Yeah.
Did you guys do anything fun over the summer?
I went on a cruise, hung out with my friends a lot.
Mm-hmm. Joe, how about
I'm
you?
his friend. I went to Florida,
What'd you do there?
swam, tan.
It shows.
I'm very tan.
I
yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thanks, fellas.
Thank you.
Stop.
Hey, man, how are you doing?
I'm awesome.
All right. Just one quick question for you. Did you do anything fun over the summer?
I went to Kansas.
What did you do there?
I hung out with family, and I helped out on my family's farm.
That sounds inspirational.
And now it's time for real world news.
August has started with some chaos due to the Michael Brown shooting up in Ferguson by Officer Darren Wilson. There have been many disputes about whose fault it is. Many people in Ferguson are angry, and they've been riding through the streets and destroying gas stations, buildings, and businesses. Many of the details still seem to be unclear because different stories keep appearing and conflicting information still keeps coming to the surface. Yet people are taking a stand whether or not the information seems accurate.
We run around and asked some students and faculty what they thought about the issue.
So, Mr. Lind, what is your opinion on everything that's going on in Ferguson?
First of all, it's absolutely heartbreaking. You feel for the poor kid that was shot. You feel for his family. You feel for a community that has that really has had to suffer quite a bit from not just that tragedy, but also from the actions of probably a very small minority of the community members in the burning of the Quick Trip and everything else, and just the whole thing is really just sad right now.
And how do you think everything that's going on over there affects St. Louis's image nationally?
I think this has really kind of showed the country really who we really are. We're a very segregated city with a lot of racial tension. And while this is an extreme example, this is an example of what our city has been like for quite a long time. And the good part of this is maybe by the rest of the country being able to see, what's going on, we can begin to solve some of our problems of the segregation problems and the wealth unequitable problem that we have in St. Louis. And maybe some of this attention will help us get to the bottom of some of these root problems and hopefully try to fix them.
So, Mrs. Martin, what are your opinions on everything that's going on in Ferguson?
Well, I think it's been a really heavy week of a lot of shifting perspectives. And truthfully, I don't think that any long-lasting healing in the community will happen if it's not first led by forgiveness and kind of a desire for unity.
And how do you think this affects St. Louis's view nationally?
That's a really interesting question because we are involved in seeing the news local to St. Louis. So I don't really know what people see across the country in the news. They probably don't see on the news the forums and the press releases about people wanting to better St. Louis. They probably just see the violence. So I don't know, because I'm not out there.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
So, what are your opinions on everything that's going on in Ferguson right now?
I think it's kind of ridiculous that people started rioting, and I think it's ridiculous that they're all jumping to conclusions that the cops just randomly shot Michael, but they also have a right to be upset about the discrimination, I guess, because nobody knows the full story, so you can see both sides to it.
There have been over 1,300 deaths and 2,500 cases of the deadly virus Ebola within the last year across Western Africa, and Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea, and Nigeria. Kenya has closed its borders with West African countries where these outbreaks have occurred, and many flights have been canceled into West Africa. 2 Americans who contracted Ebola while working in Africa were flown to the U.S. for treatment. One of these Americans, Dr. Kent Brantley, was discharged from the hospital on Thursday, August 21st, and the other American, Nancy Rifle, was released Tuesday, August 19th. There is currently no vaccine for this disease.
On Tuesday, August 19th, a video was posted on YouTube by ISIS, which stands for the Islamic State in Iraq, showing an American journalist, James Foley, being beheaded by a man in black. They then threatened the life of another captured U.S. journalist, believed to be Stephen Sabov. The aim of ISIS is to create an Islamic State across the Sunni areas in Iraq and Syria.
Now here's sports with Carol and Hope.
At the moment, the Cardinals have only 2 batters with a batting average of 300 or more. John Jay with a batting average of 304 and Matt Adams with 311 batting average.
Just recently, the Cardinals were involved in the deal for pitcher Justin Masterson. He threw very well in his first game for the Cardinals, but will he be enough to lift the Cardinals pitching staff? Adam Wainwright has always been an icon for Cardinal baseball, but as of now, his .240 ERA is not showing his true ability on the mound. In his defense, the rest of the pitching staff is over .250 ERA, which makes him the best current starter.
Saying that Wainwright has the best ERA doesn't exactly justify his at most average performances. If you ask some Cardinals fans, most, if not all of them, will tell you that the strongest point of the team is the defense.
The Cardinals have won a number of games lately, including a 7-3 win over the Cincinnati Reds last night. The Cardinals currently sit at second in the NL Central Division, 1.5 games behind Milwaukee. We will just have to wait and see where they stand around October.
This past Saturday, the USA basketball team went with Brazil and Chicago's United Center to scrimmage for the upcoming FIBA World Basketball Cup. The USA team has practiced long and hard for this moment.
Despite lacking Kevin Durant while he works out his endorsement deals and an injured Paul George, the team played with speed and confidence that energized the arena. The starting lineup consisted of Derrick Rose, Stephen Curry, James Harden, Anthony Davis, and lastly, Kenneth Faried. The spotlight was on two players all night, the hometown heroes Derrick Rose and the sophomore player Anthony Davis.
Derrick, for this being his return to the world of professional ball after a second long year of recovery, and Anthony for having an impressive game, high 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 blocks. Ultimately, the game ended with USA taking control, beating Brazil 95-78. This scrimmage showed great potential for the USA team. They head to Spain in the coming days for the FIBA World Cup. Hopefully Davis and the rest of the squad can keep up this energy and pure domination when they face the rest of the world on August 30th.
Once again, this is Max Newberry.
And Ali Ladaj.
Stay golden, Lutheran South.
Let's go. Wait, stop. Come on, fellas. Let's go. Wait, fellas.